Welcome to NDE Insight. Get ready for stories that go beyond life and death. Whether it satisfies your curiosity, strengthens your spiritual beliefs, conquers your fear of death, or eases the pain of loss, we're here for you. So, sit back, relax, and let the journey begin.
Hey everyone, today we had an incredible story from Michael, who underwent a near-death experience 33 years ago when he was just a 14-year-old child. This profound incident significantly altered his perspectives on life and left a lasting impact on his personal growth. In the summer of 1971, seizing an opportunity to work at a Boy Scout camp, Michael volunteered to supervise new campers during the swim tests since he was a certified junior lifeguard. During one of these tests, a 13-year-old boy started struggling and called out for help. Without thinking twice, Michael jumped into the water to rescue the boy. However, things took an unexpected turn. He decided to put the boy in a chin carry because he was quite docile, which he thought might be less tiring. As a result, the boy felt less secure and became anxious, thus hitting the side of his head with a sudden roundhouse right hook. The blow to the head was severe and left him dazed. He fought to remain conscious as his awareness faded. He began to sink deeper and deeper into the water. The following is his account.
My body needed oxygen because I had been carrying the boy back to the dock, and my chest heaved instinctively, causing me to inhale water. Surprisingly, it wasn't too bad. My lungs were full, relieving the pressure. However, I already knew I was going to die today. My arms and body went limp, and I sank, watching the water turn from light green to dark green. I saw water there, and those were wooden docks. The boy I was rescuing was now alone in the water. He was sobbing. I understood that I was floating above it all, looking down at the lake and the docks. I couldn't see myself because I was submerged and probably about 50 feet under the surface of water. I felt like I was being pulled higher into the sky, like a stretched rubber band. The lake disappeared, and I was just floating in the sky, watching the earth shrink away. I was in space, surrounded by pitch-black darkness with only the stars. They started moving slowly, creating streaks of light against the black backdrop. It felt like I was speeding towards the edge of the universe, with stars zooming past like in Star Trek's warp drive. I was going incredibly fast, but there was no real sensation except for what I saw. Then, everything turned pitch black. I strained to see anything, feeling terrified in a universe that seemed vast, lifeless, and infinite. Loneliness overwhelmed my senses. I'd appreciate anything.
Please, I couldn't stay here.
Suddenly, I noticed something. Was I hearing things? Laughter emerged, but I was unsure if I liked the sound. I saw a strange face, more like a laughing skull. The laughter wasn't funny, it was creepy and made my skin crawl. The skull told me I'd be with it forever. Now, I heard people talking with evil voices. They were getting closer, and I was surrounded by their threatening presence. These creatures of the night were invisible, dark like the environment. The skull kept laughing. Ouch! Something clawed and bit me, like I was being tasted. They attacked, clawing, scratching, and biting, as if peeling my skin away. It was unbearable. I cried out to God for help and assistance. The attacks went on, but then I remembered the old priest saying evil can't exist in God's presence. I begged Lord Jesus Christ for help, and the attacks lessened until they stopped. Finally, the evil entities faded into the darkness. Now, I was alone in the black emptiness, but I felt relief. Soon, I noticed another speck of light. I hoped it wasn't that skull again. It came closer and split into multiple lights. What were these things? Growing bigger, they looked like soap bubbles. Many, countless soap bubbles. Colors burst, vibrant, and see-through. Each bubble moved uniquely, but they were harmless and great. I wasn't sure why I was seeing this. The bubbles passed by, slow, and then fast. Unsure if I or they were moving. Their movement left streaks of red and violet light, forming a tube of colored light leading to a distant vortex. I had to move forward. A voice said it was time to review my life. Was someone there? No one, but the voice claimed to be my guardian angel. Sure, why not? Being with another felt good. Like a movie, my life played out, moment by moment, reviewing my actions until my time in the past ended. Although you'd expect it to take time, time didn't exist here.
Why was I doing this? To cleanse your soul.
My angel said.
How are you feeling?
Terrible. I harmed others without realizing it.
It is crucial to learn from this.
I shall take responsibility and apologize.
Want to see it again?
No, I hope I won't be judged harshly.
The most powerful judge is yourself. It has already happened.
Everything became clear, and I felt lighter. I was prepared now. The cleansing was over, and I was back in the dark, but not for long. Like a door opening into darkness, I met bright, white light streaks. It was the purest, whitest light, wrapping around me like a blanket. Lovely and warm, impossible to look at directly. The light filled me with love and inner peace. It was fantastic. Getting closer, someone stood in the doorway, surrounded by white light streaks. Wearing a white robe, arms outstretched. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't make out his face. There was far too much light.
We've been expecting you, but this isn't your time.
A familiar voice said. I wanted to stay. The peace here was incredible. If I touched him, I might stay, but I couldn't reach him. I was told to look into the bowl on the table to see mankind's future. When I looked into the black liquid in the bowl, I saw destruction. Cities were engulfed in flames. It was terrifying. I took a step back. This was not something I wanted to see. I asked how I could make a difference. They referred to my extrasensory abilities. Then, a critical question.
Do you want your abilities and the ability to see the future?
I responded with a quick, no, I just wanted to be normal. It was finished. I found myself back in front of the man in the white robe blocking my path.
Can I remain here?
I asked.
You can't stay. You have work to do.
He replied.
Let me show you something.
3 bubbles emerged. They grew, revealing faces of 2 boys and 1 girl.
They're your kids.
He said. I questioned with puzzlement.
But I'm only 14. I don't have kids.
He explained.
You will, and these are your options. Return so they can be born.
1 bubble stood out.
Why is he separate?
I asked.
He will stay. You'll understand one day. Remember, he exists and loves you while he is still here.
The other 2 children faded away. Trying to touch the unique child, I was pulled back into the dark. The light shrank, and I knew I'd be back. Suddenly, I was back in my body, sitting in the mud at the lake's bottom. Desperate for air, I twitched my legs, paddled with my arms, struggling against the water's weight. Although the water seemed impossibly deep, I broke the surface, coughing up water. The young swimmer was terrified, helping me to shore. I was exhausted, but I made it through. Before my near-death experience, I was a Catholic attending a pre-seminary, preparing for the priesthood. However, after the incident, religion lost its significance for me. I began to see the church not as a destination, but as a vehicle others use to reach their spiritual goals. My current belief revolves around a creator with a divine plan, unveiled at their own pace. Whether I encountered the creator during my experience remains uncertain for me. An intriguing twist in my journey is the 2 years I spent studying classical Greek. I delved into the ancient Greek belief in the fates, 3 wise figures determining birth, death, and lifespan. The resemblance to my near-death encounter unsettled me. Had I approached the fates? Years later, I met my future wife, and despite her skepticism, an inexplicable feeling assured me that she was the one. We had 3 children as foretold, although one was never born due to a miscarriage, reminding me the separate bubble I saw on the other side. Over time, I came to understand and appreciate these profound life connections. In my discoveries, I found that our actions impact others, leading to realizations in the next phase of existence. There's a recognition of good and evil, darkness and light, suffering and serenity. The potential for humanity's self-destruction is acknowledged. Most importantly, I understand that our souls persist beyond this life. Our journey continues beyond this world, offering a new perspective in the next destination. While it may not provide a complete understanding, the next phase allows us to gain insights. Seeking answers to life's puzzles, We may return to this world in a new form, but with the same essence. I also believe in rebirth, choosing to travel with other souls. It explains why I instantly recognized my future wife when I first saw her. With each life, we grew stronger and truer, shaped by our experiences until we reached the culmination of our journey and were reborn anew.